For decades, the music industry operated under an unspoken rule. If you didn't sing in English, you didn't become a global superstar. Artists trying to break across borders usually had to abandon their native tongues entirely. When we think of a Latin global crossover today, we usually picture the cultural wave that hit in the late 90s and early 2000s. Artists like Ricky Martin became household names practically overnight, defining what it meant to take Latin pop to the entire world. But the timeline doesn't actually start there. This chart ranks the best-selling Latin albums. At 8 million copies are hits like Luis Miguel's Romance and the Buena Vista Social Club. Towering above them at 12 million copies is an album released in 1982, Momentos. That record belongs to Julio Iglesias. Over his career, he has sold 300 million records worldwide, recorded 80 albums, and collected more than 2,600 gold and platinum certifications. He achieved those Guinness World Record numbers long before the internet. He did it by engineering a localized approach to distribution, turning language itself into a tool to penetrate an industry that historically only rewarded English. By the early 1980s, Iglesias and his producers were looking for a way to rapidly expand his reach across the globe. The result was his 1983 release titled Julio. This was a highly versatile product designed to open multiple borders at once. Looking at the tracklist for the international edition reveals the strategy. Across 10 songs, he performs in 6 different languages. Track 1 is performed entirely in Italian to capture the Mediterranean market, while track 4 is delivered in French. To reach Northern Europe, he placed a German performance at track 9 and secured access to the Anglosphere with an English performance on track 6. Rather than hoping a Spanish song would naturally catch on overseas, this release was engineered to guarantee radio play and chart success in multiple sovereign markets simultaneously. But a broad pan-European mix still left out massive, concentrated demographics. To solve this, his team utilized market-specific editions. This graphic displays the international edition next to the exclusive Brazilian edition of the exact same album. The label swapped out the diverse European language tracks and replaced them almost entirely with performances in Portuguese. Instead of asking a population of over 100 million people to connect with a foreign language, he simply delivered the music in theirs. The numbers validate the approach. Iglesias became the best-selling international artist in Brazil, eventually moving over 15 million records in that country alone. That identical strategy of recording Portuguese-specific tracks is what helped push his previous album, Momentos, to its 12 million global sales. By treating language as a customizable feature rather than a fixed identity, he bypassed local competition and captured entire national markets that English-only pop stars struggled to reach. In the 1980s, there was one final, notoriously difficult market to break into: the United States. His multilingual approach cracked that wall too. In May of 1983, the Julio compilation fought its way up the charts, peaking at number 32 on the Billboard 200. The Recording Industry Association of America tracked the sales volume. The album shipped over 2 million copies domestically, making it the first foreign-language album in history to be certified double platinum in the US. Scaling this framework over his entire career, he eventually recorded music in 14 different languages. This systematic effort earned him the Guinness World Records title as the best-selling male Latin artist. He didn't conquer the global market by waiting for international audiences to learn his native tongue. He built the blueprint for localization, proving that crossing over requires taking the effort to sing to the world in its own languages.